This is the way the internet did react. First up was Talk Sport, tweeted out saying, England fans go wild in Germany as Bellingham scores the winner, making the most out of not having a ticket for the game. You love to see it. And look at the scenes out there in Germany in the fan park with, it looks like predominantly English fans just going absolutely wild. Beers flying everywhere.
Class. Don't want to be the celebration police, but, you know, 1-0 in the opening game of a Euros against Serbia. Is it forced limbs or is it just everyone having a great time?
Every single tournament, this is what happens. England score at a tournament, beers go flying, and there's limbs. That's it. It is what it is.
Fair enough.
Hate the tournament. Hate the celebration, please. You should be able to celebrate as and how you want to.
Fair enough. And also, by the way, this is exclusive because our likes are private now. Now we're showing our likes to the world. There you go.
Next up, out of context Euro 2024, 21 goals in 6 Euro games, and then England come.
Brilliant. It's pretty much how a lot of people felt in that second half, I think.
These were the scenes in the Box Park, I think, in... I'm not sure which Box Park it is, but these were the scenes back in England as Bellingham scored.
Oh, maybe it's Wembley. I can't tell. Lovely, great scenes. Haven't been to a Box Park in a while. I want to get myself down there. I would love to for a game, but don't think I'll be able to. But fantastic scenes. Got to love it, England fans at a tournament. Always throwing the beer out around.
Play Squawker say that Jared Bowen was the only England player to create a big chance against Serbia, which is mad to think about. He came on, for the last 15, 20 minutes?
Set up that chance for Kane, didn't he?
Did set up that chance for Kane, Kane's only chance of the game, but out of 90 minutes, the only player to set up a big chance.
Well, we didn't really create too many clear-cut chances. Obviously, the goal was deflection from Saka's cross. I doubt that counts as a Saka assist, maybe not. And other than that, I mean, what chances did we really create?
Yeah, and
fair enough, we defended well, but we should be, with the 4 players we have, we should be creating a few more chances.
And with all the domination and control that we had in the first half, you would have expected us to create a lot more than we did.
Definitely.
Out of context, Euro 2024 gives us the Jude Bellingham heat map against Serbia.
Class. He controlled that. He was everywhere, absolutely everywhere. What I liked about him is when he was in the final third, he was being inventive and creative, and when he dropped deeper as well, he was doing the hard graft, putting in challenges, had a bit of shithousery about him as well. It was a top performance, I felt.
Paddy Power tweeted out saying it really is quite an incredible achievement for Southgate to get so little out of such an array of attacking talent. You just can't teach that.
You just can't. It's just that those are things that you can't learn. Unbelievable.
Squawker saying England are the first side to keep a clean sheet in 5 consecutive group games at the Euros. 0-0 against Slovakia, 1-0 against Croatia, 0-0 against Scotland, 1-0 against Czechia, and 1-0 against Serbia. So don't concede any, but don't score many either.
Yeah, and I think that's been our method through the groups. Just be defensively solid, make sure we don't concede too many chances, and make kind of light work of it. And we usually kind of get going in the knockouts. Usually how it goes.
ESPN saying, look at the tunnel at the Ventless Arena that England and Serbia players walked out of for the Euros match. I mean, that is a daunting tunnel. Look at that.
Class, I love that. What was it? Like a rock wall?
It looks like it. It looks so daunting, though, doesn't it?
Looks.
If you're an away team going there, you know, surely that's got to be a bit like, a bit hard to go to.
Maybe
it could be a bit intimidating.
Wow, what's so intimidating about it?
I don't know. It just looks dark and gruesome and looks like
they need like water coming down, dripping down as if it's about to cave in or something.
This was a shirt from a Scottish fan out in Germany yesterday. The Daz G says, boys shirt in the boozer, effing brilliant. And it's Scotland's Player of the Year, 1986 Maradona, 1988 Van Basten, 1990 Pearson Waddle, 92 Brolin, 93 Coman, 96 Southgate, 98 Batty, Ince and Beckham, 2000 Phil Neville, 2002 Seaman, 2004 Ricardo, 2006 Cristiano Ronaldo, 2007 Petric, 2010 Muller, 2012 the Ashleys.
Ashley Cole, Ashley Young.
That was it. 2016 Sigurdsson, Mandzukic, Saka, and I can't read the bottom one, but obviously every person that was responsible for England exiting the competition since 1986.
I'm guessing it would be Kane because he didn't even miss the penalty, but I can't see if that's Kane there. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate this.
That Scotland are the international West Ham. That's such a West Ham thing to do.
That's such a great comparison. They really are. They really are. But celebrating just whoever's knocked out England, I do rate that. And bloody hell, we've had a lot of F-ups, haven't we?
It's like when West Ham beat Spurs, what was it, three times in one season. They made shirts out of it.
They did make DVD, didn't they?
Shirts. Out of context, 2024, Bellingham and Saka get the ball, Serbian players.
Literally, they were so aggressive, I have to say. And honestly, that's not too far off of exactly what they were doing.
Sportsman says, Jordan Pickford, ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Pickford equals Peter Shilton's record of 10 clean sheets at major tournaments.
Wow. And so what do you have to do to be rated as England's best ever keeper? How far away is it?
He's got to make a save like Gordon Banks.
He's got to make it, but he needs one of those iconic moments. He still doesn't have one. Interestingly enough, hasn't he? In all these tournaments, like he hasn't made any screw-ups, which I guess that's what England keepers are known for, big screw-ups at tournaments. Yeah. So I guess he's got that going for him. But I don't remember too many moments where Pickford's been like, oh my God, what a
He's
save.
Definitely up there though. In terms
he has to be. He just has to be.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. Definitely top four, I would say, maybe.
It's mad, when I think of people like Paul Robinson and stuff like that, I don't think of him as being worse than Pickford, but Pickford is better than him, to be honest.
Yeah, Pickford underrated.
Yeah. Well, I do feel like Robinson at his best was better than Pickford.
Yeah, Pickford's longevity, though. Robinson wasn't at his best for a long time. He had one season or 2 seasons maybe. And it was that mistake. I can't remember who it was against for England, Croatia, yeah, and then his career just fell apart after that.
Yeah, but when he was at the top of his game, he was brilliant.
Yeah. 433 saying, what a story, not England related, but I had to bring this one up. 4 years ago, or 3 years ago now, Christian Eriksen collapsed on the pitch, didn't know if he was going to play another game, never mind an international tournament. Euro 2024, he puts Denmark in the lead. It did end up being 1-1, but still, what a story.
Incredible. It's mad that he's still able to play at the level that he's able to, and a brilliant, well-taken goal as well. He's still such a great player, Eriksen, so it is a mental story to think about what he's been through and what happened to him and how he's recover from it, and now look at him scoring again at the Euros for his country. So a beautiful moment.
Paddy Power with a meme, Erling Haaland watching that Harry Kane performance.
Brilliant. Okay, look, and that's a fair comment, because I feel like Kane's getting a lot of shit for not getting involved, but how many times has Haaland had those kind of games as well, where he's just not involved, he gets very little touches, but the difference with Haaland is he can always rely on his team to create him a chance and you get him a good goal. But Kane for England is a bit different. And then as well, if he would have buried that header, which was a brilliant save, it would be a different story.
Yeah, I agree. Kane, I don't think Kane is that much different, because Kane can also not be involved and come up with a goal or two.
I also feel like they are using Kane a bit wrong. Southgate is, especially in that second half. We were sitting deep and just lumping the ball to Kane and expecting him to be this striker who holds the ball up and runs in behind and does all that. And I feel like Kane at 31, he just isn't that player. It's not where his strengths are anymore. I think Kane at 25, he can do that no problem. But Kane at 31, I think the reason why he drops deep and becomes his playmaker is because that's what suits his game now, rather than being this physical striker. Not to say he doesn't have physical qualities, because he does, and that header which hit the bar proves that. But that's not where his biggest strengths lie anymore. So he's not this big target man you just lump the ball to, and I feel like that's what we were using him for in the second half. And if you're going to do that, it shouldn't be Kane you're lumping it to. You're better off lumping it to Watkins.
We got to bring this one up. Second tier podcast say, run it back. Look at this tweet from Ollie Clares03. He said back when Bellingham joined Borussia Dortmund from Birmingham, he said, Louis Sibley, 11 games played, 5 goals, 2 assists. Jude Bellingham, 41 games, 4 goals, 2 assists. If Bellingham's gone to Dortmund for 35 million euros, then how much is Sibley worth?
Call up Sibley. Call him up. Get him to the Euros. I mean, who is this Sibley?
He was playing for Derby at that time.
I can see, yeah, but obviously I'm sure.
That's all I know.
I'm assuming they're in the same division. I don't know if he's an old player or older, or he's also a youngster, but never heard of this guy. But look, if he's got better numbers than Bellingham, I think we should get him in the squad.
HLTCO, he says, he gets where water can't. Absolute hero. He just finds himself on TV every single tournament.
This guy every time, and also always row one. How does he get it every time? Row one all the time. He's like a magnet to the camera. The camera always gets a shot of him. What a guy! What a guy!
ESPN saying Mark Guehi didn't put a foot wrong tonight. 96% pass completion, 100% tackle run, 100% ground duels, won 2 clearances, 1 block, stepped up.
He did, and he was one of the big question marks for a lot of people. Is Guehi ready for a big international tournament? And I think I'm not going to say he proved everyone wrong, because I think there's a long way to go. And I don't think he's going to be judged on yesterday. He's going to be judged when we play like a France and how he fares in those games, because that's where the other centre-backs were judged. For example, Maguire always had good games in these games, and then when we came up against better teams, that's where he got found out a bit. But what I would say is brilliant performance. I'm not going to take that away from him. I thought he was fantastic, confident, really good on the ball, was really aggressive, and showed he's more than capable of playing at this level. Yeah,
totally agree. TNT Sport tweeted out saying generational, obviously a picture of Jude Bellingham celebrating yesterday.
The now iconic celebration.
Yeah, absolute world-class, elite level from Jude Bellingham at the age of 20 years old. Unbelievable. 4-3-3, same vibes. Obviously, that iconic picture of Iniesta surrounded by the whole Italian backline. And there you go, Jude Bellingham surrounded by Serbian players. Maybe not quite the same when you're looking at the players that are hovering around Iniesta, but maybe it's a sign of things to come.
I hope so. Look, Bellingham, they couldn't get near him, and I bet you he probably won a foul in this picture as well, knowing how well he played yesterday. Every time he got the ball, he either made his pass or he got fouled. That was the only way of them stopping him. He was absolutely brilliant.
Bleacher Report saying this celebration between Jude and Trent, I'm really not sure what it is about. Is it something about a movie or something? But it's a bit of a cold celebration, that.
Cold, yeah. I don't know what it was. Maybe the comments will tell us. Ice cold, nothing. Just no one's really saying anything.
Adam Redding FC says this was the Phil Foden highlights versus Serbia.
Oh God, they've done Foden dirty there. Oh God, that's so funny though. Yeah, look, he's obviously the fall guy from yesterday. He was the one where didn't really see enough of him, and. But I also feel like the team setup doesn't really suit him as well. So I think there's got to be some conversation about it.
Yeah. Versus just says him to Jude Bellingham. He is him, 100%. TNT Sports saying give Mark Guehi his flowers. And Drizzy, they just tweet out a picture of another tweet from Drizzy CPFC saying most Palace fans aren't surprised watching this. Guehi is a top player.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. They watch him week in, week out.
Football Confidential tweet out full time, Serbia 0, England 1. Distinct lack of creativity in that 90 minutes. And there's Maddison and Grealish enjoying their time in Ibiza.
Yeah, probably. But to be fair, you can talk about Maddison and Grealish, but on the bench we had Eze, we had Palmer, Gordon. So you can't tell me there wasn't enough creativity there as well without Grealish and Maddison.
Yeah. The 44 just showing our man again saying he has made it onto TV once again with the same picture. Martin says Morata and Weghorst at international tournaments.
Yeah, it's actually mad. Apparently Morata now is like 4th for all-time Euros.
Yeah, I read that.
That's mad.
Read that. Yeah.
Morata, Alvaro Morata. I mean, what did football come to where he's the 4th all-time Euros goal scorer?
He scores goals at tournaments. That's what he does.
He does, and Weghorst as well turned up. What a guy! He's still officially a Burnley player. When mad enough. They could really do with him.
Jamie Carragher tweeted out saying Kane playing the Haaland role. # Euro 2024.
All right, fair enough.
And last one that we do have is from Liam at _ the stat. Serbia's first half highlights against England, and it was just them basically hacking us down time and time again.
Yeah, they were so dirty, the Serbians. Oh, we are underway with the second half, but yeah. They were honestly. I can't believe they didn't get more bookings. I think they only got one, didn't they?
I think it might have been a couple,
especially in the first half.
It was just one in the first half.
Pavlovic should make a number of challenges.
Yeah, and Lukic. But anyway, that is the way the internet did react to the England win yesterday. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.